This is Game Day Live Overtime, sponsored by Alexander's Steakhouse.
Indeed, welcome into Game Day Live Overtime. 30 minutes devoted to high school football. I'm Kurt Pegler.
And I'm Patrick Cunningham. We're bringing you highlights and analysis of games from all over Central Illinois tonight for Week 5. We start with a huge matchup in the Big 12. Normal West and Peoria High squaring off here. We go to the second half. Wildcats up 21-14. They take advantage of a Lions fumble. 4th and 5. Chase Sennett goes for it all, finds a wide open C.J. Payton for the touchdown. We jump to the fourth quarter. Lions are down 2 scores. Breon Green deep down the field. He's got Darian Mays down the sideline. Beats his man for the Lions touchdown. Detarian Pollard added the 2-point conversion. Very next drive, Green in the flat to Kyrian Woodard. Another Lions score. Looks like they're making a big comeback. But then what a play here by West. Sennett in trouble. Somehow he's going to get this off, and somehow Malik Given-Smith comes down with it, shaking off tacklers, making moves, and he hunts out the end zone. Crazy play to keep the Wildcats in front. The difference in a 43-38 win.
That was crazy. Normal Community tries to run its record to 4-1. The Iron home to take on the Manual Rams, and the Rams are driving, but the Ironman defense comes up with a turnover. Colton LeCompte, the interception. Nice return, and Normal Community is in business. Now they've got the football, and it's Cole Kretzinger bouncing off defenders, spinning, and he gets free. He's going to rumble down the sideline. He's down to the 1-yard line, and on the next play, Noah Gully on the quick pitch to Holden Baldwin. He's in the end zone. The Ironmen are winners 56-8.
Undefeated Bloomington at home against Urbana, and talk about starting out with a bang. This is the opening kickoff. Bloomington's Jamari Sutton fields it, surveys the field, sees the opening. He is gone down the near sideline for an opening play touchdown for the Purple Raiders. And then later, Carter Tyndall on the receiving end of a long Keontae Hamilton pass. 65-yard pitch and catch. Bloomington pitches a shutout, 48-0.
Under a beautiful moon. Between the goalposts. That's good, right? Notre Dame playing host to Champaign Centennial, scoreless in the second quarter. Ben Lutz with a great run. He's going to shed a tackler in the middle of the field, and he's down the sidelines inside the Centennial 5-yard line. And 2 plays later, it's going to be quarterback Kellen McCavitt with a sneak into the end zone behind that big offensive line. And the Irish are winners at home, 22-14.
Richwood's traveled 90 miles east to Champaign Central, and the Knights are moving here. Eli O'Donnell going to flip it over to Micah Hunt. He's hunting the edge, and he's going to get there. This run good enough here for a first down, but the drive stalls. Then later it's the Knight defense swarming to the ball. Donnie Ford and Hayden Church going to make the play. Right here, the Knights, they get the ball back on offense, and their ground game is working. Isaiah Beckham gets the call, gets downhill. That run going to move the sticks, but Champaign Central wins tonight over Richwood, 17-14.
Todd Stevens and Mid-Atlantic co-leader Washington on the road tonight at Limestone. This is sophomore quarterback Noah Garcia. He bobbles the snap, but initially it looks like it's going to be troublesome. Nope, it's troublesome for the Limestone Rocket defense. He's running, and he's running into the end zone. The Panthers scored on a punt return and 2 safeties in the opening minutes of the game, built a 32-0 lead. But this might be the longest play of the year for the Rockets. Shortly after that Washington score, Tyler Hammond on the sweep down the sidelines. 83-yard touchdown, the highlight of the night for the Rockets, but the Panthers are winners 69-16.
Battle of unbeatens. 4-0 East Peoria hosts 4-0 Dunlap Eagles. They're up 7-0 in the first. Truman Tyra finds Kenyon Gillespie. Look at him weave in and around the Raiders. He's going to go 74 yards here for the touchdown. Tyra only had 3 completions in the first half, but they were all for touchdowns. 174 yards combined on the throws. Max Sutter right there, he had the other 2. Now we go to the second. Blake Dietz, short, tutty run, and it's all Eagles tonight. They soar 48-0 over East Peoria.
Morton at Pekin, our game day matchup. Both schools trying to bounce back from losses last week. Morton quarterback Brody Fritz throws a dime to wide receiver Brendan Petty. This is beautiful. A touchdown for a 13-7 lead for Morton, but the Dragons would answer immediately. Moments later, it's Brogan Benassi on the run, and he breaks off a huge run. He takes it inside the Morton 5-yard line where he would score 2 plays later, and the Dragons don't give a point up the rest of the night. 21-13 big win for Pekin.
Metamora travels to Canton, and Jadon Cranford picking up right where he left off last week. Redbirds up 8-0. They're knocking on the door. Cranford gets the call. He's going to power it in here for the Redbirds score. Going for 2, Stephen Petrie keeps it and scores. Redbirds quickly up 16-0. Then later, 3rd and long, Metamora going for it all. Petrie rolls out, lets it fly, drops it in the bread basket of Braden Bittner. He's gone. 79-yard touchdown, caps off a 61-16 Redbird win.
Popcorn popping at Hancock Stadium. Good matchup in the Central State 8. U-High and Rochester. And here's an all to the ball tackle here from Jacob Hoffman, Griffin Meyer, and Max Dameron. Pioneers would go out next possession on offense. It's Owen Kirby airing it out 35 yards to Braden Bozarth. Just shy of the end zone, 4 seconds left in the half. It's Kirby to Cunningham for the touchdown. Crowd gets into it, but U-High wouldn't be much of a matchup with Rochester scoring 56 points and winning tonight 56-7.
Now what a game to kick off our small school slate. A state-ranked matchup in the heart of Central Illinois Conference.
How about this one? 4-0 El Paso Gridley at 3-1 Tri-Valley. And the Vikings are down 21-14 in the 3rd quarter when Ethan Moore launches one to Preston Johnson. He connects. And the moon ball there. The Vikings are now down to the 15-yard line. They cap off that drive with a 1-yard punch in from Grayson Coughlin, one of his 3 touchdowns on the night. We're even at 21. EPG would break that tie, though. 4 minutes to go. Owen Berquist, the 33-yard field goal is good. It's 24-21 El Paso Gridley. And now it's Tri-Valley's turn to try to answer, but a downfield throw is picked off by Owen Adams. The quarterback comes up with the defensive play to seal the victory. El Paso Gridley still undefeated after a 24-21 win on the road in Downs.
DMAC looks to bounce back against Fieldcrest after 2 straight losses. And the Chiefs, they brought their A game. Here's a near interception from Denton Neely. Nice pass breakup. Then deep in Knight's territory, here's a handoff to Hunter Fogel, and he's not going to go down. Gets the touchdown here, shaking off defenders. On the 2-point conversion, take a look at this. Handoff to Sean Duniston from quarterback Zach Day. He goes out on a route, goes up for the catch. It deflects off him and into the hands of Parker Eggenberger. What a play. Chiefs win on the road 56-24. The 1975 Eureka State semifinalists honored tonight as they host Clinton. Opening drive, Hornets quarterback Lincoln Knapp on a QB keeper. Hurdles a man and finds a hole to the outside. Pickup of more than 30 down the sideline. He'd later score on a 1-yard QB keeper. Now Clinton fumbled the ensuing kickoff, so just 2 plays after that, Knapp screen pass to Breck Thompson. He gets great blocks down the sidelines. He is gone. They didn't let a power outage stop him from playing tonight either. Eureka wins 49-0.
Unbeaten Central Catholic hits the road to play at Monticello. It's a big night for Matthew Brady. He's going to fake the handoff, shoot the gap. He's off to the races down the sidelines. And the Saints are in the red zone in business. And a few plays later, it's Brady again up the middle, and no one touches him on his way into the end zone. And that wasn't his best play of the game. Look at Matthew Brady on defense. He's going to rip the ball out of this Monticello receiver, and that is a forced fumble and return. How about this? A nice win for Central Catholic on the road, 41-13.
A spooky night in Chillicothe as IVC Ghosts take on the Prairie Central Hawks. Now, just before the half, IVC junior Keegan Skoll looks to pass, finds senior Brady Ward. He catches it, but he's pulled down by some Hawks for a big tackle. IVC looking for a touchdown. Skoll again finds an opening, makes it into the end zone, but the Ghosts fall in the second half. Prairie Central rallies back to win 20-14. Undefeated Farmington at home against Knoxville. They're already up 14-0 here. Dree again. Braden Brewer on the ground, right up the middle, picks up the first down to move the sticks. Same drive, 4th down, Farmers are going for it. Carson Noy swings it out to Landon Crawford, weaves his way around defenders, lunges forward to get to the line to gain. Nice play. Then 2 plays later, Noy fakes the give, and he walks in untouched. Farmington wins 54-23.
Homecoming at Elmwood Brimfield, where Elena Hollis, the daughter of Trojans coach Todd Hollis, is the homecoming queen. How about that? Trojans in an 8-zip hole, and here's the drive starter. Logan Estes is going to go left, and he's going to cut back right. Lots of grass in front of him. This is a 40-yard run, and the Trojans are moving. A few plays later, Miles Alger. He's going to follow his blockers into the end zone. Elmwood Brimfield with a big win, homecoming weekend win, 38-22 over Bureau Valley.
Undefeated Stark County at home against Monmouth United. Monmouth with the ball, looking for a receiver, but it finds the hands of Stark County defensive back Ben Browning there for the interception. It's Rebels ball. Then Browning, he's going to launch a deep pass to Connor Dom in the end zone. He is open. 6 points on the board there for the Rebels. Stark County wins 49-22.
Princeville at home to take on Abingdon Avon. The Tornadoes with the ball, running with a quarterback here on the quarterback sneak, but Jet Benningfield and Owen Harmon in the backfield for a Princeville stop now. And the Princes on 4th and long. Caden Sarnes is going to find receiver Coley Palmer for a short pass for a first down. Princeville rallied with a late score to win 21-20 to move to 4-1 on the season.
Against undefeated Williamsville. And stop me if you've heard this before. Caden Collins, he's going to get the give, and he makes a beeline towards the end zone here for the Spartan score. Then later on, it's Olympia's own version of the tush push, and no false starts either. Colin Simpson gets a shove from behind, and he is in for the score, but the Spartans do fall tonight to Williamsville 50-35. A look at the rest of the games from around the area. First, in the heart of Illinois Conference, Tremont falls on the road against Shelbyville 35-26. Hayworth, though, with a road win. How about them? They win 41-6. They're also 4-1. Great start to the season for them. And then staying in that conference, Leroy wins at home 35-17 over Central A&M. Havana also home winners over Rova 28-0. And in the Illini Prairie, Pontiac falling on the road to Tolono Unity 41-7.
Okay, 5-0 teams are now eligible for the playoffs. Still a lot of football ahead of us, though, that's for sure.